Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Well Read, Well Said. Melissa and Alexis.
Hey. I knew that was going to happen. I saw the red light.
You're ready.
I'm not used to that.
You always have to be ready. You have to be like me and Melissa. That camera is going to come to you any second.
It was there. Hey.
Welcome to being in front of the camera, Alexis.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
So, Well Read, Well Said. Thanks so much for joining us. We do always want to let you know you can connect with us on Facebook. We are pretty active in there. We have some fun conversations, and it's not just for us to write questions and have you guys chat about. You can also post things in there, and we'll talk with you and comment on there and all of those good things on Well Read, Well Said.
How many people do we have in there?
1,800 members, so pretty good.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And everybody's so nice.
For a book club, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been in there lately. Are you guys all talking in there?
Yeah, there was an author who posted something, I think, yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, about her books and seeing her books in places around the area. And she, it's really cool to have authors and people who read in our book club posting things. So, okay, we're changing things up a little bit, and we're starting with our trivia question this morning. And Megan is in charge of our trivia question this week for reasons we will let you know about in a little bit. So, Megan,
how would we know this?
take it over.
Rebecca Makkai's novel, The Great Believers, was a finalist for which literary award in 2019?
Oh.
Hey, you're cheating!
We know. It's on the current book.
Such a cheater.
We know it. Okay, we're not going to say it yet, but we know it. So
Hopefully people at home don't know it.
I was like, wait a minute,
Alexis,
Alexis, don't say anything. You're not allowed.
I feel like that's a really hard question.
It is a hard one. You know what? I'll tell you one
gotta
thing.
make them somewhat answerable.
If it wasn't on Alexis's book and she didn't just show us, I would have gotten
Never
it
figured
wrong.
it out. Right. I don't even know what, other than a Pulitzer Prize, I don't know another literary award.
I don't know. No,
I don't even know.
It's like
Do
a New York
authors win
Times
Nobel Peace Prizes?
bestseller, like an award? Or no?
I don't think
so.
an
I
author
think it
can
just
win a
means you
Nobel,
sold a
right?
book.
Only scientists and stuff,
think so.
smart people.
Smart
Authors are
people,
smart.
not us.
Dang. We're not smart.
We're not
All right, well, we'll have Alexis hold up the book again because she's the only one who has it.
Oh, we're doing it now?
So
Oh.
this month's book is I Have Some Questions for You by Rebecca Makkai. I'll give you a quick summary. Here's my thoughts on it. A popular podcaster goes back to her boarding school to teach a class, and while she's there, old memories and questions rise. Who killed her former roommate? Why does she feel like it's the wrong person that's in jail? And why is all of this coming to light years later? So we'll get right to the nitty-gritty, and we'll talk about what we rated this. And I'll start. I gave it a 2 because the payoff was just not there. Oh, I put a 2 for you, Mel. But
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what you
good.
gave
I
it.
agree with that.
Yep.
I would say the writing was higher level than some of the books we've read here. However, I still don't know who killed the girl.
So,
Do you
no,
guys
really
know?
what happened in general?
We found it very put downable.
Yes.
Yeah. Alexis finished it, an hour ago?
Yeah.
And I finished it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, and we were
And-
pushing through because we
Yeah.
didn't want to put all that work in and then come and have Kaylee be the only one that completed
finished
reading
it.
the book
Yeah.
and
And
tell
we're
us
hanging.
what happened.
Right.
But we all still don't know who killed him?
We don't know. And we also put on that graphic that Victoria Duggar, our digital director, she also read the book, or we can say audioed the book.
Right.
She gave it a 2 as well. So I think we're all in the same category
Did you
except
talk
for
to her about what she didn't like about it?
Yeah, she said it was really long.
Yeah.
The details.
She felt
the
like
details.
for a podcaster, someone who has to be succinct in the things they say, she was absolutely not.
The girl in the book is the podcaster.
Yeah, Bodhi
Like
is
the
the
au-
podcaster,
yeah,
the
the
main
narrator.
character. And so she felt like, because when you do podcast, it's only an hour long or whatever, this book could have taken out 150 pages in
At
that.
least.
Or more. It
And-
was 438 or something
438,
like that.
And then you get to the end and you're just like,
You're like,
hold on. I have
still
some
don't know."
questions.
She starts
Still.
talking very flowery at the end, like very meaningful types of talk.
It's just
and
so weird. Like,
you're still just like, what?
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on that graphic, we have Megan, who's got no
Does that mean though
stars.
that there's going to be a part
Because
2?
I didn't finish the book.
Because she said like, I'm coming for you. Does that mean there's a part 2?
No, I think that's it. I think that's the book.
Okay.
Like,
So-
I think she's going to still keep.
So we all finished it, but Megan did not.
Yes,
She DNF'd.
I
For
did.
the same reasons that
Yeah.
we didn't like it?
Yes, and I got 23% in, and I was almost a quarter of the way through the book, and I thought, what's driving me to continue reading?
So
and
are we dumb for continuing after you told us? I mean, it's almost like you saw the ship sinking and then you jumped off,
I did.
which is what maybe we should have done.
We just went down with the boat.
We just went down.
Yeah.
You did, but
I did
We
think
should
the
have
ending
listened.
was going to be better. I
was
really
hoping
did.
the whole time
And
it was.
Spoiler alert, we will have spoilers in here. I really did think the ending was going to be better, and I was very disappointed with not even finding out who actually killed the roommate. So
Well, I remember when we were reading this book and we had our group chat going, I had decided, all right, I'm setting this down, I'm done with it, I'm not going to finish. And Kaylee kept saying, well, it's gotten a little bit better and I'm X percent of the way through, I'm 50% of the way through. To me, a good book
No, I
shouldn't
agree.
get better at 60% of the way through.
true.
The book should be good from the beginning
But
to
I
the
think
end.
we've had that problem with almost all of the books so far, and that's what we're trying to get out of. And in full disclosure, we're not happy with all, the books that we've had, and we were toying with some other ideas about how to, if you're in a book club, especially if you're doing it for work too, and we're
it's
trying to
homework.
get you guys all into it. We want everybody to like the book, so we're toying with some different ideas about how to do that because it's feeling very.
like
monotonous,
work. Like work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
It really is.
And we're not saying we want 5-star reads every time, but we do want things
To be
that,
engaged.
that we don't feel like we have to like it's a
Like
chore
force
to pick up.
chore,
myself
yes.
to read every night.
I think it's funny too because last night we ran a promo for book club today on the news, and we said like one person didn't finish it, 2 are struggling till the end, and Jeff Smith, our evening anchor, was like, "Well, we know who finished it," and he pointed at Megan, and I was like, "No, because
She did
Megan,
not.
I will say, like learning about your reading a lot more. I feel like you're not gonna just DNF a book, just
because
prematurely.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to listen to Megan
Well,
more.
and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a very decisive person, and when I make up my mind, I
love
stick
that.
with it, and I don't whiffle waffle and go back and forth. Should I continue? Should I not? I will say, when we were trading messages back and forth, I thought, oh, maybe I did make a bad decision, and I should have kept reading. But then I kept hearing all of you complain about it, and I'm like, maybe I made the right decision.
Yeah,
And she
I
got
think-
3 more books in.
Yeah, I think
did.
While we were
Megan's
struggling.
read enough books to know
Yeah.
when to put something down.
Yeah.
And so, Megan, real quickly, tell us the books that you've read in the time that you've not read this one.
Okay, so the first book that I picked up was All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. So this is a
5-star.
Hold on, just wait.
Sorry.
pause.
Just wait for that. So this was a romantic suspense book, and the main character is a true crime podcaster, and her sister gets kidnapped and goes missing on their night before graduation. And so it's all about finding out who killed her sister and falling in love with the sheriff, and it was really very interesting, and I loved it.
Okay.
Next one.
The next one was Six Scorched Roses. This is in a series, and it's a novella, so it was a little bit quicker than a full-length novel.
Another 5-star.
Another
Just,
5
like,
stars.
winging those out there.
Yeah, but it was really interesting, and I really enjoyed it.
And that's a fantasy
That
one,
looks
I'm
like a
guessing,
yes,
right?
yep.
And then what's
So-
the third one?
Nope, there was
only 2.
You know,
I just
she
gave
told
them
me,
2.
what'd you tell me in the bathroom the other day? You told me that you've rated like a lot of books 5
She
stars
has.
this year.
She has. So let's talk about Megan and all of her 5-star ratings. How many you got on there?
17 out of 50.
Now, do you think you're
lot.
like a critical grader?
No, obviously not.
She's there for the vibe.
I'm there for the vibes. Like if it's a good story,
If there's
I
a hookup,
believe
5 stars.
It's gotta
If
have.
I believe the love story, if I like the characters, it's a 5 stars.
Yeah, Megan is like plot, boom boom.
I would say
love
chili
story,
peppers, like,
good, 5-star.
Yes.
an
Maybe you
ending.
need more of a, like, we should put some, like habanero peppers on yours, and we all do the stars, so like you're more of like the spicy
She's rating the
grading.
spice.
Yeah.
I think she does on Goodreads. She'll do. Don't you do like spicy peppers too for things, or you only do
Sometimes.
stars? Oh, okay, it depends.
Sometimes. It depends on the book. But like, so I have 17 5 stars. Kaylee only has 2.
I'm a mean
Grader.
5-star grader. You don't want me to be your teacher because I will not give. It has to be good for me to give
Like,
you a
can't put it
5-star. Like,
down.
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
put it down. I want to stay up till 9 o'clock
Right.
when I really need to go to bed at 7 to wake up at 2:30 in the morning.
And I have to say, like,
Yeah.
I'm a snob when it comes to like Colleen Hoover's writing. I think it's below intelligence. However, those do. I keep getting.
Yeah.
I pick them up. I pick them up.
All I
pick
want
'em
to
up.
do when I'm done with work is sit there. I don't even want to make dinner. Like, for me, that's a 5-star book. If I can't do anything but devour the book,
Yeah,
then I'm
I
like
agree.
5-star.
Yeah.
And that is rare. It's we're finding out.
Right.
Yeah. Most of my books
In a
are
book
3
club.
and 4 stars.
Probably we would, if we were reading for just enjoyment, more books would get 5 stars.
yeah,
But
'cause
like
you're
we
picking
have
them.
to agree on these books or whatever it is
Right.
we're doing here, and it's not all lining up to be 5 stars.
Right. Well, and I think the books that I pick for enjoyment, I pick an author I've read before
Yeah.
that I know I'm going to love their books. So that's
Right.
why I think mine end up being 5 stars or 4 stars as opposed to others that you're a little bit more selective with your 5 stars.
Yeah.
But I think you read a wide range.
Yeah.
And
I
so
do.
maybe that's why your ratings aren't
I
as...
try a lot of new authors. Like, I'll try a lot of any type of book because I want to see if I like it or not. I don't stick with the same, like, everyone here knows if I read a small town romance, one book, the next book is not going to be small town. I'm moving on to something else because I already read the small town.
I'm the
for another
opposite.
one.
I'm like, I find an author and I'm gonna read every book that they write because
Well,
like,
and I think
like it.
that came up in our discussion for next month. Is one of the ones on the table is very similar to
Yeah.
the one that we just finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this book that we just finished, except for Megan. I have some questions for you, and I think we still have a lot of questions. So,
Yeah.
What
Like,
do you
I have a question for the author. Who did it?
Killed the girl.
okay, so overall, in one word, what would we say, or what do we think about the book?
I'm just confused.
Okay.
Confused.
It was just
I think-
all over the place. And I think that was for a reason. Like, we talked about this after we read it. Like, as the narrator, I think she was like an unreliable narrator. She was kind of all over the place. She's obsessed with the case and trying to get you more confused, but it just confused me, and I didn't. And then there was no ending.
Yeah.
So I was just mad.
I
would you
think
say?
the 23% of it that I did read, I was overstimulated by a lot of things.
Jumps around.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think the author throws a lot of detail at you and gets stuck in the
What
weeds
do we know
with
about this?
different
Well, she
things.
won a Pulitzer Prize. She's not a
and-
dummy.
Yeah.
No, she. I mean, and she
It
could
was all
write.
too much, and I'd be sitting there listening to it, and I'd be like, "Wait, what just happened?" And I felt like I was missing.
Right.
Yeah, I think I told you guys, I really felt like I was on a roller coaster where I was like, what is this? All of this stuff is just thrown at me, and I'm like, why is she? Who cares about this? And who is this character?
I mean, like,
and why is
as
this
you're
person
reading,
here?
you're reading a chapter, and you're like, she's telling me this for a reason, right? And then you go back and you're like, there was no point to that chapter.
My word
Why
would be
was it
like
there?
run on. It felt like a one run on sentence. What I will give her credit for, and this is the thing that I think irritates me about a lot of books, is when you talk about like young people in your stories, a lot of times the writing is dumbed down and it's very superficial. I appreciated that it was like a smart way of writing about young people and
Yeah, it
things
was-
that they were
yeah.
going through. It wasn't just very surface level, so I did like the setting in that. It was intellectual in that way, but the whole thing did feel like one run-on sentence.
Yeah, because she did go back to these high schoolers. They were in high school
Yeah.
at this border
But sometimes
boarding
when
school.
I read about these teenagers or young people in these books, I'm just like, ugh. you know,
Yeah.
because a lot of it is about like, they're texting or they're talking dumbed down, or, you know, I just thought these were like smart, obviously affluent kids. Some of them were, some of them weren't.
So I
But-
think I speak for everyone in saying we probably wouldn't recommend it to anyone
No.
else.
No.
Which, but again, I think it's gotten good. That's why do we hate all the
I don't know.
It has had really good reviews.
Well,
Or
and what's
just
funny
harsh.
is I was talking to Faith, who's one of our photographers
Because we have
and
people
reporters.
on staff that
I've been waiting
that are
for
reading
a-
along with us.
Yes.
years for a book like
and
this.
she
Right.
was like, I'm almost done with it, and I'm really enjoying it. And
Faith
I,
said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta talk
And
to
I
her.
was
That
like,
we're talking ourselves out of liking the books.
Maybe.
Like, maybe-
we shouldn't talk to each other. For this next book, we shouldn't talk to each other
but
and
it's a book
see.
club. We're
Try
supposed
it, but maybe not when we're not meeting, because I feel
Okay.
like maybe we're talking each other out of liking the book.
Maybe.
I don't think I would have liked this, no matter what you guys said.
Okay, so let's talk about the characters.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Bodhi. What do we think about her?
Bodhi's the narrator,
Uh-huh.
and she's also narrating to someone else the whole
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Which was
which
confusing.
is different.
Did not pick up on that until like
Yes.
probably halfway in.
So basically, she's like writing letters, I would say, or something to this past teacher who at some point she thought was the killer, but then later we find out
May
he
not
probably
be the
wasn't, but he was still a creep, so we don't like him.
Yeah. There's also Thalia, who was her former roommate. Thalia became her roommate during her sophomore
Yeah,
year.
something like that, yeah.
Thalia transferred into the boarding school.
and
was
she's the
killed.
murder victim.
Yeah,
was
she's
killed.
killed by, quote unquote, by Omar, who's in prison for killing her. But the whole thing takes us through everyone saying Omar isn't the killer,
Yeah.
and they got the wrong
just
person,
pinned it on him.
and so who is the killer? And so this is why she says I have questions, because she's trying to figure out who it is. And we should say she's a true crime podcaster, so this is really in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, she likes to break down cases.
Yeah. Denny Block, who Bodhi thinks is the person
And who she's
who
writing
did
to.
it and who she's writing
the
to.
whole time.
Which the whole book, I'll say to you guys, I thought it was him the whole time.
But then I thought that would be too obvious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was writing to him the whole time.
Yeah.
What do we think about the fact that like we never saw him appear anywhere
Right.
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Well, the one podcaster found him, I guess.
Well,
but then, like,
because
didn't do anything
basically
about it.
she's a podcaster. She goes back to teach at the school where all this stuff happened
Yeah.
for like a really quick podcasting class.
Yeah.
They kind of try to solve the murder, and then the
Which she kind of pushes the kids a little, nudges them to like look into the
investigate
case.
this. And then a few years later, the guy does get a hearing, this
for a
Omar,
retrial.
for a possible retrial. And so some of the kids come back now as adults
As,
into
like,
the picture, but
reporters.
not him, the
Yeah.
teacher, at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. But the person who we maybe think did it, who only came in at the 20th, last
The
20%,
ex-boyfriend?
the ex-boyfriend,
Robbie, yeah.
Robbie, was in the book. But she just,
But we
all
still
the
don't
way
know if it
until
was
part
Robbie
two-
or
We don't.
we don't know
we
if it was
don't.
Robbie
We don't
or
know.
Denny.
I think you're
Or
supposed
Omar.
to.
Or
I
Omar.
think
There was
you're
evidence.
supposed to allude to it being Robbie because at the very, I think it's the very beginning. It's like women, whenever women are killed, it's always
The boyfriend,
or the
the
person
husband. Yeah.
who, like is closest to them. Which, if you're reading this book, you would think, oh, it's either Denny Block or Robbie because she had two boyfriends.
Well, I was going to ask you, what did you guys think of, on many,
she got
many
around, yeah.
occasions, I thought the writing was interesting because she would say, the one where it was the, girl running through the forest and she
Yeah.
was kidnapped and killed, the one where the girl was
Tied
stalked
up,
and blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. What did you make of that? Because she did that several times.
I think
I guess that was
her
alluding to
way of-
Robbie, right?
No, I think that was her way of bringing in themes of how women are killed, and it's like
Always the
brutal
victims,
in
yeah.
in our current estate, like our current world.
Well, she brought up in that one chapter about women are told to forgive, and you forgive too many times, and then you end up dead.
Yeah.
didn't get through.
Yeah.
Whether she was talking about
There was a lot of
Robbie or
themes
Tenny.
happening.
There were a lot of themes. Let's talk about some of those themes. Big one is memory and truth, which is, I think, one of the core things of this book is like, you know, at the end, part 2, they come back a couple years later for this hearing, and it's like, well, did you remember what you think you saw? Like, is it true? Is it not?
Were they there? Were they not? There were pictures, and then the mud splatter.
the kids being able to talk to each other and convince each other of, oh, I saw this. Oh, well, yeah, then I saw this. You know, being together and not separated during the investigation.
And one of the things that Bodhi had really hit on in this book was that police did not do a good job.
They didn't
of
investigate at all.
Investigating everything.
Yeah, they
in
had their
this
blinders
book.
on.
Yeah, because
They're
it's,
like, Omar
it's
did
this
it.
school that brings them money, and they heard Omar's name dropped once, and they were like, oh, Omar's the guy. So justice in the legal system, I think, probably also another overarching theme.
Well, he was the only black character too, right?
Yeah, then there was, well, I don't know what Robbie Serrano was.
What, he was Portuguese, remember?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And Omar was the teacher, or the
like athletic
director
trainer
or whatever trainer. Yeah, athletic trainer.
So, yeah.
Those are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you'd think. But
Yeah. What did you guys think about? Did you think? I thought too many themes of the Me Too justice system. I thought there was just too much kind of
Reference to
thrown at
COVID, like a
us.
lot of.
Yeah.
I've seen things too where like, this is a question for you to get in the conversation now since you haven't read the book. But what do you think about when you read books and the topics that come up are very, very current? Like she was talking, I think, about Trump in there and
COVID definitely
COVID and just different things that have truly happened.
Black Lives
in
Matter.
and Me Too, obviously. was part of it.
Sometimes I think those are interesting, but sometimes I think that it's like because we're living it now, it's too current to touch on.
Yeah.
You know, but it felt like the almost quarter of the book that I read, she was throwing so much at the wall to see what would stick, and it was almost like she didn't have like a plan of what she wanted to focus on, that I thought that was a little bit too confusing for the reader as well. And I felt like I kept missing things and wasn't understanding.
And I think we could have done without a lot of that stuff. I like that she focused on women being victims of crime, because we all know that from the time we're very little, we are trained by our parents and teachers and everybody else that we are the victims of crime. We have to protect ourselves. And I think that's the reason why a lot of women are true crime obsessed, is because we are taught from a very young age that we're the victims of this.
You want to know what's out there.
So I think if she would have just stuck to that without all the other stuff.
Well, Rebecca Makkai, we know, is an award-winning author. So, what award did she win,
who are we
Megan?
to say anything?
What's our trivia question?
Right there on the cover.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's
Pulitzer
the answer.
Prize.
If you look for the answer,
So
you can
the
find it.
answer to our trivia question, which was what? She was a finalist for which award? Pulitzer Prize.
Yep.
Yeah. So we all got that. I wouldn't have gotten that.
For the Great Believers, which
Yes,
different
that
book.
was
Yeah.
her first book.
So are you going to go read The Great Believers now, Megan?
Now I need to figure out what it's about and see if I want to read
Now,
it.
would you? That's a good question. Would you read an author that you DNF'd?
Yes, I'm a person that,
She's very forgiving.
This book wasn't for me. I didn't like it, but I'll give them another shot and see how I feel about that book. And if after 2 books, then I'm like, okay, this author is not for me. I'm not their target audience.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to bring on the Wood County Library to pick our next book. So stay tuned. Welcome back in. We've got the Wood County Library joining us.
So bad at
We've
this.
got Kelsey from the library.
The wrong camera.
I said coming out to one, and she just. I was like, it's okay, Alexis.
I hope you have more respect for us now
Oh,
in front of the camera.
You are so good at your job, Melissa. Oh my gosh.
We gotta look for the light, okay?
Look for the light. Go to the light.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have Kelsey from the library joining us this morning.
I'm sorry.
And Kelsey, before we get to all of that, I sent you an email saying, hey, thanks so much for this list that you've come up with. We're changing the list.
That's really, hey, things happen.
We're changing the list.
I want to ask, I mean, you probably work with people who are in book clubs.
Yes.
What I've never been in a book club specifically because I don't want people telling me what to read, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, but how can we get past this where these books that you're bringing and other libraries are bringing are clearly successful books, thousands of people like them, but we're just not. What's up with that?
What's wrong with us?
There's nothing wrong with you guys, trust me.
A lot of
There's
things
nothing
are wrong
A
with
lot of things, but that's with most people. So it's just the name of the game. You got to find things that really connect with you and resonate with you. Sometimes that doesn't happen for a while. Our librarians are a great resource. I know, Kaylee, you emailed me. I got these, I said, hey, Kristen, who's our information services coordinator, do you have some recommendations for me? She got back right away.
Have you
It just
ever heard
depends.
of a book club? Because this is my idea, that everybody just reads what they want and then they
Yes.
talk about it.
We did. We had a books with friends, I believe it was called. I don't know if it's still going on, but everyone just brought their own books and we all sit together and we discuss whatever anyone wants to bring. So they can choose, if someone's really into romance, say I don't really like horror, I can bring a romance book and talk with horror readers or mystery
Because I personally feel like if each one of us read something that we know we're going to like, then we have 4 recommendations for our friends out there to pick what we say are 4 good books, rather than we're coming up here and trashing these authors every week just because we can't agree on it. Do you think that we're convincing each other not to like the book
I
by
think
talking about it?
I was talking to Kaylee about this earlier, but I think it's much easier to hate things than it is to like things.
Okay.
So it's like when you get into like reading something, it's much easier to be like, oh, I don't really like this thing. And then you kind of get on a roll of like, oh, I really don't like that
I hate
thing.
this.
And it's just like,
So
it's a sounding
we're
chamber,
convincing
right?
each other.
We probably are.
And I think in a little bit, yeah, but I think you're right. If you read, say you all read a mystery novel, then you can all come together and say, okay, we read, maybe you read a thriller and you read a suspense. Then you can all come together and be like, these are the tropes in history that I really like. These are the character, plot directions that I really enjoy. Here's the twists that I really enjoy. Maybe that would work better.
Yeah, that's something.
Who knows?
Okay, we're gonna try out something new. We came up with an author that we all think we're really gonna like. That's
because
good.
of this problem we've had.
Yes, and so we chose Frida McFadden. A lot of people out
Very
there
popular.
have heard of Frida McFadden. So, can you read the list
Yes.
of the Frida
Well, and
McFadden
tell us about
books?
like why people like Frida McFadden and what her genre kind of is too.
So she's mystery, suspense, thriller, kind of depends on the book. And she writes kind of across genre, so it's not like she has one set like she does Missing People or something like that. She does a lot of different things, which I think helps people when they're trying to find a book that she likes or, a book that they like from her, because she has so many different things that you can read from her.
And then she titles each book. Like,
Yes.
if you guys remember, a couple episodes ago, I picked one off the stack, and it was The Coworker. So usually her books are the whatever.
Yes. Yeah, the only one I have on here that's different is Word D.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird
For
because they
her,
were all titled the, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going off a little bit.
All right. So what do we have?
Yes, so we have The Teacher. It's about Eve, a married high school math teacher who was warned about Addie, a teenage student coping with trauma and alienation from her fellow classmates, could not be trusted. Each has secrets about the scandal that happened last year with Addie, but someone in the school will do anything to keep them silent. It sounds like very intricately plotted, like drama.
But so
in the
similar to what we
school.
just read.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
very
little-
similar.
Yeah.
And the second one is The Tenant. Fired from his job, Blake is desperate to make ends meet. When beautiful, charming Whitney comes along looking for a room to rent, Blake and his fiancée soon realize that danger may live right in their own home.
Oh.
So that's a little bit straightforward. I've heard mixed reviews about that one.
Okay.
I've heard, isn't that one of her bigger ones though? The
It's
tenant?
yes.
Okay.
And the teacher got a lot of great reviews. And then our third one is Ward D, which also got a lot of great reviews. Ward D is about med student Amy has to work a night in Ward D, the hospital's inpatient mental health unit. Filled with unease as the hours tick by, she grows increasingly convinced that something terrible has happened in the ward as people start to disappear.
Oh.
So that one sounds the most straightforward plot-wise.
I think I want Ward D.
I think, well, you know, I'll be honest, because I'm very creepy with like crime. I wanted the second one because it's talking about the smells that were coming from the apartment.
Yes,
so I was like,
the
okay, there's gonna be, there was like smells coming
But
from
I've
the
heard
apartment.
mixed reviews, so
Right.
proceed with
So,
caution.
but now I feel like
Ward D's.
we're gonna have action off the top if there's a bunch of people going missing.
Yeah.
That's what
Like
I
what's
Okay, I'm
happening
gonna give
to
that my vote.
The
Ward
Mel
D.
check is Ward D.
I'm also voting for Ward D. That sounds the most interesting.
So it doesn't matter what you
Doesn't
think,
matter.
Alexis.
We're doing Ward. This happened last time
Do you want Ward D?
too. Sure.
well, that's all you get. So
earlier, you were like, I don't care. I just want something interesting.
I did. I said I don't care. I just want to like the book.
or Ward D.
Ward D or Ward D? Yeah. Let's go Ward D.
Okay, thank you. Good choice. All right, so Ward D is our
Ooh, it
book
looks
for the
creepy.
month. Yeah,
I like to be
already.
scared though. I don't want it to scare me.
Then don't read at night.
Are you planning on working in a mental hospital anytime soon?
But I don't like scary books.
Oh my gosh.
My small town romance. It's fine.
Me too.
Maybe she'll find romance in the mental ward.
Oh, I hope not.
Yikes. You know what? You're just going to have to read another one on the side.
Yeah. How many pages is this one?
I don't know. We'll find out
All
in a
right.
Figure it out.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our discussion for this month's book. I have
We're gonna
some
like this
questions
one.
for you. We
We're gonna like this
have
one.
our next
so.
book, Frida McFadden, Ward D. Our next episode is next week, a week from today, Tuesday, right here at 10:30. So we'll see you on WTOL 11 Plus and YouTube there.
Bye.
Happy reading.